Are you ready to lose your money? Do you have way too much cash and you don't know what to do with it? Or your parents are just so mega rich and you don't know what to do with their money? Well, Panasonic just released the S1 and S1R series just for you to blow your money as you wish. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is 10 things I like, so I'm going to tell you about 10 features that I like about the Panasonic S1 series. Let's go. If you caught up with Photokina in 2018, Panasonic announced the S1 and S1R series. They were trying to be ninja about it. Why? I don't even know. By bringing a dummy version of the camera. Did they even release a dummy camera? I think they did. Let's find out what they've done in this S1 and S1R version of the camera. A lot of you know a lot about the GH5 series, and on the announcement of the S1 and S1R series, you're expecting Panasonic to release a master GH5 with a full frame sensor. Simple. GH5, some people really love it. Full frame, bring everything in GH5 and put it in the full frame. Panasonic didn't do this, unfortunately, but they got some features correct in the camera. The camera is weather sealed, so magnesium alloy body, which means it's dust proof, it's waterproof. Because you've got a lot of money, go and take pictures on the water or videos. Go and blow that cash. I'm not going to be doing that. The video features of the camera, very good, industrial standard at the moment. You've got your 1080p at 180 frames per second, so you can really watch everything in super slow motion. You've got the 4K at up to 30 frames per second, not cropped, and it's cropped at 60 frames per second. Still better than the Canon EOS R series because it's cropped at 60 frames. Canon crops theirs way before then. Other good features of this camera, the touch screen is nice. The way the screen flips is weird, like the Fuji series, but it's still better than having a stationary screen like you get on the Blackmagic Pockets Cinema. So a lot of things to complain about, but at the same time, there's additional plus to it. The screen can move to some certain degrees. The camera is big, but there's a good reason why it's big. In the GH5, we love the fact that the image stabilization was literally the best in the industry. It makes you not want to need a gimbal. For Panasonic to be able to achieve this, they had to increase the size of the camera itself so that the full frame sensor can have the opportunity to move around, and the stabilization will be able to correct any wiggles in the axis. Combining this with an image stabilized lens even makes it a lot more smoother. One of the videos from Locke, it shows him walking around with the S1 series, and literally you would think that he's using a gimbal, but he's not, which is a really good thing. So Panasonic, well done. One of the pet peeves of the internet is how cameras don't include dual SD card slots. The S1 series from Panasonic has dual SD card slots, which is good. You can have better reliability, backup options, and even extending the memory of your recordings. You can also charge over USB, really good for when you need more power, as this camera doesn't have a recording limit. Another really good thing from Panasonic, and it allows you to charge the camera whilst recording live, or you could use a dummy battery system that people have adopted with Sony. Dummy battery into the camera, and you're using a power bank or going straight into the wall. Either way, you'll be able to charge your camera as you are recording. The last thing I just want to briefly talk about is the button placement of the camera. Not a big feature, but it's one that can really ease your process flow. You've literally got your buttons in the right places. For my kind of use, when I was looking at the layout of the camera, which I'll post a video right about now, you can see that your white balance, your ISO, they're kind of in the same area, and your compensation button, it's in the same area. You also have a feature to lock your buttons as well, which means once you've dialed in all your settings in your recording, you can't accidentally press anything until you deactivate the unlock feature. Should you get this camera? As I said earlier, if you've got money to waste, go for it, really, because the lens mount system is from Leica, and Leicas have been known to just be crazily expensive. Like, I mean crazily expensive for features that you'll find in other things. There's a really funny video from Camera Conspiracies around the Leica system, which I'll put in the link below. The good thing though with the lens system is Leica and Sigma, they've done a partnership together. We already know Sigma's for the sharp lenses, heavy sometimes, but very sharp. So Sigma will be producing lenses for the Panasonic full frame series, but at the same time, the moment this camera is released, there is already a lot of lenses for the camera from the Leica side of things. And whilst we wait for Sigma to release their lenses, there are options. If you've got Leica cameras already, you've got Leica lenses, most likely you'll be able to use this with the camera straight away. Nobody has kind of talked about adaptation so far, but I believe that there will be ways to adapt your older lenses to this camera. But again, you've got a lot of money, go for this camera. You're someone you're like me, trying to just find the good camera for a good price. This camera is probably not for you. Saying that, it does pack a lot of features. That's all I've got for now. When the camera is released, we'll be doing more in-depth review, because the versions that people have at the moment is the pre-production version. So it's Samuel again from 10 Things I Like. Speak soon. Peace.